This is Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 28. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. Barak the YAHAWAH, Barak the Yahawashi. All praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH B'Hashem, Yahawashi B'Hashem, Rakah Quadash. YAHAWAH being the name of the Father, who people ignorantly call God. Yahawashi is his Son, who people ignorantly call Jesus. B'Hashem, Rakah Quadash, that's in the name of the Holy Spirit. That's where we get our revelation, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through these scriptures. Peace and blessings to YAHAWAH out there that's constantly pushing out this word in sincerity and in truth. And double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. And Lord will, this lesson be edifying to the elect out there, as well as condemning to the wicked. Going in today on they're not quiet, you just talk too much. You know, you had that they say gift of gab, but really that's just a nice way for somebody saying you talk too much. You know, so we just gotta always check ourselves, make sure we not being offensive to one another. You know, because at times, you know, you may have heard or somebody say, "Why are you so quiet?" You know, a lot of the men of the Lord are like that. You know, they may have that quiet nature, it seems like to them, but you know, really it's not that they quiet. It just a lot of times you got people that talk too much, so they won't give you a edge in to speak. But you know, that's a lot of times how people are, because they're more concerned about what they have to say instead of actually wanting to listen. So I'm gonna just bring out a few scriptures, Lord wills, edifying, and you know, to help, you know, continue to sharpen us, you know, while we just some natural things in life that we need to have to help, you know, for us to grow in this, because a lot of things we weren't taught, but the scriptures has everything in it perfectly to teach us. So this is Proverbs 17, and I'm gonna read it 27. It says, He that hath knowledge spareth his words. You know, because somebody that has the knowledge, they don't need to, you know, do a lot of. That's not probably, but that's how they was able to learn. Because we can't learn from talking, but we can learn from listening. Just like whenever we go to had to go to a class, we had to listen. It's always that saying, we got two ears and one mouth, and that's purposely, you know, so we could hear more. It says, I'm gonna read it again. He that hath knowledge spareth his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit. You know, because we get understanding by being able to listen. And you know, the more we listen, the more we are able to hear, and the more we hear, faith comes by what hearing. So that's how we were able to understand, or to get understanding. That's how we were able to be awakened by, you know, hearing of this word. And we don't know what avenue Yahweh Shem Yahawashi will use, or who he will use for us to be able to, you know, whether that be, you know, moving spiritually, getting better, getting something that could help advance us, something that could help us prevent us from, you know, walking down a wrong road. But we have to be able to listen, and not just listen, but to comprehend. You know, it's a different from just listening, but to actually understand what we're listening to. It says, verse 28, even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. So, you know, because we don't always know. That's why it's good just to, you know, keep quiet when we don't, especially when we don't know. It says, even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. You know, because a man of understanding understands that, you know, keeping his mouth shut, that he eventually will be able to understand if we just, you know, hold our tongue. This is Job Job chapter 13 and verse 5, it says, "Oh, that ye would altogether hold your peace, and it should be your wisdom." I'm going to read it again. "Oh, that ye would altogether hold your peace, and it should be your wisdom." Because, holding our mouth, holding our peace, hey, it helps us. It builds our wisdom. It's thought to be wise when someone's quiet. It's not always that where they're shy or they're standoffish. Some people may perceive it as that way, and a lot of times it's really that the person is observing, which is an excellent thing to do. This is Proverbs chapter 10. We don't always have to say something because people get uncomfortable with quietness. But hey, quietness is a skill, just to be able to just let words not be spoken. This is Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 19. "In the multitude of words there wanteth not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise." Somebody that's able to just hold off from speaking, they consider wise. And it takes something for somebody to get information out of someone that's wise, because they're not quick to just blurt out everything that they know. That's how a lot of times that somebody that knows something, because they keep it inside. It's not that they're trying to hide it. It's just that they know that, okay, everything is not for everyone, and that's how this truth is. This truth is not for everybody. That's why you're not gonna have everybody that's gonna flock to this truth, because ultimately, really, the Heavenly Father didn't give them the ears to hear, to be able to hear this truth. So it's a blessing for us that's able to hear it and understand it, because this truth talks about everything, even to the point of us bridling our tongue. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 3. "For a dream cometh through the multitude of business, and a fool's voice is known by a multitude of words." You will know a fool. Like they say, the loudest one in the room is usually the weakest one. It says, "For a dream cometh through the multitude of business, and a fool's voice is known by a multitude of words." And that's how you can hear the fool that's in the room. Usually really loud. You could be going down the street and you'll hear somebody usually that's amongst our people, known, especially the N-dub. If they're known to have a big mouth. It says, verse 4, "When thou vowest a vow unto the Most High, defer not to pay it, for he hath no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed." We say something. That's what words get you in trouble. End up saying something, and just because you just want to say something, you just speaking, not knowing, hey, word should be like how they say word is bond. It's supposed to be that way. We're not supposed to just say any and everything and not stand up to the words that we speak. So if we say we're supposed to be somewhere, we should be there at that time. We should be men and women of integrity, men of our word. We shouldn't say, hey, I'll pay you back, but really don't mean it, or just saying it and then just, oh, I forgot. If something that's important to you, every word that we speak should be something that's important. It's not something that we should just take lightly on just speaking. That's why words, they're powerful. They should mean something. It shouldn't just be us just blurting out any and everything that comes to our mind. Like I heard one of the elders say, basically our words mean something, Our words should mean something when we say it, especially amongst one another. This is James chapter 1 and 19. "Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath." So we should be quick to hear, be slow to speak, not always trying to I had the first word I'm trying to get and the last, trying to always have something to say. A lot of times, especially if we fresh in this, we should, really take the back seat, just sit back and chill and observe and learn. It's not the time to always be, I got something to say, I got something to say. I gotta, bring up something every chance I get. A lot of times it's good, and then let the other brother speak. We should be cordial amongst one another. Not always, well, I got something to say. I got more to say than. We should be. It should be an exchange. That's what communication is, and it's an exchange of words. Not just. Usually, it's not just one brother. And then you may have some brothers that's ultimately really they're quiet, but they're observing. But that's when the skill comes in where we should be drawing it out of them. Aren't we? Seeing a brother, like basically better. We look at that brother like highly. So it's like, I wanna know about this brother. I don't want to just be doing all the talking. I want to know something about this brother. We don't know what's going on in brother's life, but the time that we have amongst one another, hey, we should be considering one another. This is I'm gonna close it out on this one. This is James chapter 3, and starting at verse 2. It says, "For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man, and able also to bridle the whole body." Because we can be very offensive to one another by just jabbering off at the mouth, joking around, always joking around. It ain't. We shouldn't. I'm not saying we can't joke, but always in a jokey type of mind state. Hey, that's not the spirit to be in. He said, "When I became a man, I put away childish things." That's a childish type of way of being always jokey. Verse 3, it says, "Behold, we put bits in the horse's mouth, that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole body. Behold also the ships, which though they be so great, and are driven of fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small helm, whichsoever the governor listeth. Even so, the tongue is a little member, and boasts great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth." Yeah, this little tongue, it could cause a whole lot of trouble. You could say the wrong thing, and it could just make something go to far extreme. People have died for you've even heard that. People have died over words. People have said things, and that ended their life, had their life done away with because they said something. It says, verse 6, "And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell." This tongue, it could get us in a lot of trouble. Verse 7, it says, "For every kind of beast, and of birds, and of serpents, and of things in the sea, is tamed, and hath been tamed of mankind. But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison." Yeah, these words, you a lot of times you hear women that do a lot of gossiping. Now, if you got men that's doing the gossiping, that's a real feminine nature about a man, of a man to be doing that. We shouldn't be in a gossip type of mind state. Always got something to say about the next person. Because that tongue, hey, it's unruly. It want to speak going off. That's why it's good for us, especially just period, it's good that we just bring out the scriptures, because the scriptures is what counts. When we doing these lessons, when we out on the highways and hedges, when we out teaching, hey, the only thing that ultimately matters is the scriptures. It's not about us. But then too, we talking, I'm bouncing around because, scripture wise, but, amongst one another, because, we not always speaking. We are in the spirit, but, we just ask, "Hey, bro, how you doing?" Like, honestly, how you really doing? What's going on with this? How your seeds, different things. We don't just always just be in the scriptures. We get, for a lack of a better word, personal. But we try not to get too what they say, because you know how they say, what is it called, basically, familiarity brings content. So but we got to just watch. It's always through the spirit on how we speak. But anyway, I'm doing too much rambling now. But so Lord will, hey, this was edifying to the elect out there. Just a few words on, the tongue, hey, because the tongue, hey, it could get us in trouble, but it also could, it's a healing property though too. So Lord will, this was edifying to the elect out there. With that, all praise and honor and glory to Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahawashi. Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, out there that's constantly pushing out this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.